We are on our way to pick up the last thing we need to fully complete the 370Z, something that has been plaguing us since we first bought it. So let's go get it. And if you can't tell by the title, we're selling it. Yes, we're selling the car. So in today's video, we're gonna find out exactly how much did the 370Z make us in profit. I'm hoping it's big money because I haven't sold it yet. And I'm assuming this is the guy I'm picking up from. Assuming you, I saw the 370.
I didn't see you were parked.
No worries. Love the car, by the way. I see why you don't need the lights anymore. I brought one just to make sure they're all the same. But these are like the OEM ones?
Yeah, I took them out of the car when I got them.
So we're back and we finally have one of the last pieces for the 370Z. Macho, there's 2 fog light slots. Why do you have 3? Because it's cheaper to buy 2, sell 1 than it is to just buy 1. So I ended up buying 2 fog lights, which is the driver's side and passenger side, for 140 bucks. Let's call up the dealership and see exactly how much this would have cost if I bought it brand new. I'm looking for the daytime running lights.
The left hand is 977.42. All right side will be 1052.10.
All right, thank you so much. Bugging. I think I've talked about it in the past, but 370Z parts are crazy expensive. And that's another reason why I really can't afford to modify it more than $500. So now that I was finally able to find these last 2 pieces to complete the 370Z, it is time to sell it. So let's put this on and get it ready for sale. But first, we're gonna finally install the front emblem. I have the surface of the front bumper clean. I have the front badge double-sided tape from factory, just like how they did it. Right there. And why is my hand shaking? Gentle. That is looking pretty crispy to me. Checking from all angles, checking from all angles. We're looking around town. That looks pretty good. Final push. But front emblem is looking phenomenal. We've been on such a long journey with this car. Like, just look how beautiful this engine bay is. I'm really happy to be able to sell it and recoup all of that money that we put into this car, because I think I'm around the $11,000 mark for a car that will hopefully make at least $4,000 profit. But we'll find that out at the end of this video. Oh, that one broke. That's 2, and that's the last one. We just got 2 little clips here and on the other side that we're gonna remove, and I think the front bumper will come off after that. Should just pop right off. As you guys might remember, we did a little chicken wire fix and surprisingly it held up. I didn't bolt it down or anything, I just molded it in place and pushed it into place and it held. But now we get to go in with the OEM goodness. Don't remember exactly how I had this on. Looks like something like that. Okay, here's the front bumper now, looking all pretty with the lights again. Oh, I'm so excited to see it finally put back together. And look at that baby now! It's fully completed with the fog lights and everything. Really quickly, as you guys might know, we have Macho merch available for you guys to pick up. And unfortunately, we will be closing the store by the end of the year. So November and December is your last chance to pick up Macho Motor merch. Right now, we're having 20% off the entire store for you to pick up some Macho Motor merch like air fresheners, keychains, and t-shirts. So if you want to support the channel or get yourself some stylish merch, head over to Macho Motors, use code MACHO20 for 20% off your entire order. Now let's get back to finishing up the 370Z. All right, it's time to finally address the last mechanical issue wrong with the 370Z. And that is the brakes. Every time I hit the brakes, you feel a ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I'm sorry, I don't know the mechanical term for it, so ba-dum is the term I'm gonna use. So just like every car I purchased from the auction that has been sitting for at least a year, I usually do the brakes and rotors, and it's going to be no different with this one. So many people say, oh, it'll clear up, you just need to drive it more. I've driven this one for like close to 1,000 miles already. It ain't clearing up. Sad that I won't be able to enjoy it for many more miles, but the new owner will get brand new brakes and rotors and all 4 wheels. Also, whenever I do a pull on the car, the brake light pops up for just a second and then it goes away. The front brakes are now complete. The only difference from the front to the rear is I got to remove, I believe, this control arm because it blocks our access to the bottom caliper bolt and the caliper bracket bolt. We lost daylight, but brake job came out beautiful as always. Honestly, the Z has been giving me more and more problems each and every day. And right now we are dealing with this. Nothing crazy, but it's the battery. For some reason, it dies every single time I try to start it. And I even left the battery charging for about 2 days straight with no change at all. So I'm pretty sure the battery is just completely shot, and I've been using this portable jumper just to get around. Luckily, I do have a hoarding stash of good batteries like this one here that I left on the charger, which it is saying that it is full. So we're going to swap this battery out for this one, and hopefully there's no more battery voltage issues. Cut that out. So we just have 2 10mm for the battery, and then I guess this is a 10mm here that we got to remove. That's not even holding down the battery, so easy. Okay, and now the new battery going in. This cable does not give a lot of wiggle room. Now it's time to see if the car will start without a jump. Everything is put back together. She's running strong, running healthy. Battery voltage looks good, so hopefully that was a fix. I'm tired of fixing it. I just want to drive it at this point. Another issue we're dealing with, which isn't a huge deal, but the steering wheel got a little bit of a wiggle to it. I don't know if you could see it, but especially this bolt here. Watch this bolt. So I'm pretty sure the bolts are just loose, so we're going to tighten those up here and fix up one other thing that's wrong with this car. I got my handy dandy tool here, and as you can see here, I can spin by hand, which you don't want that for a steering wheel. You want everything nice and tight. So most of these are super loose, so we're going to tighten those up now. Click. Can no longer hear it clicking, and there's no play in the steering wheel anymore, so huge issue gone. And here how the interior came out after cleaning everything out. Unfortunately, it's time to let these puppies go. And we're going back in with the stock floor mats, because if you don't already know, when people buy their car, they want it to be as stock as possible so that way they can modify whatever they want. I know this isn't the perfect case of that. Right now, the audience that I'm trying to appeal to is somebody that is like a car guy who wants to modify their car, and they'll see this car as like, oh, I don't have to do so many things because it already has an exhaust, it already has wheels, it already has a wing. And if I do want to change something up, I can take off their wheels, sell it, and then put whatever wheels I want on it. So that's the buyer that I'm going for. I want somebody who's a car guy, who wants to modify their vehicle. But as far as the interior, most people want it as stock as possible. I don't know if you guys remember, but the original owner had this green Hulk shift knob. So we went out and bought this Z1 Motorsports, and that wasn't until we found the OEM shift knob. So sticking with the OEM-ness, we're going back in with the stock shift knob. And there we are back with the stock 370Z interior minus the steering wheel and the radio. Steering wheel, I couldn't find one that was reasonable. We're sticking in with the D&D, and radio, I think it adds to the value anyway. I am currently taking apart my steering wheel because we found someone to do an even trade for the stock steering wheel with a good airbag for this D&D steering wheel, which I think it's a crazy good deal for the trade, and I think it'll remove our airbag light, which is most important. This should be the last bolt here. And now this hub should come completely out. Oh gosh, of course. All right, we have everything taken apart. Wheel is off, hub is off. I'm just gonna double check, make sure I have everything off so we can meet up with this guy, who, mind you, is driving all the way from Delaware to get this wheel. So I'm meeting him up halfway because it's a 2-hour drive. I'm gonna drive an hour, he's gonna drive an hour, and it's getting late, so it's time to go. I always feel like these late night Facebook meetups is either gonna end amazingly and you're gonna meet some great people, it's gonna be good vibes, and you're gonna get the best deal of your life, or it's gonna be a complete weirdo and it's gonna be awful and I'm gonna be scared for my life. Should I bring a little bit more protection to these meetups? Probably, but I like to go in with the mindset of good faith of everybody, and I've been doing this for a while, and luckily I haven't gotten hurt. Have I been in some pretty sketchy situations? Absolutely. But I think through charisma, smiling, and abundance of kindness, you can get out of any situation, even with the worst types of people. So how can somebody be mad at you if you're making them laugh? The deal is done. We have the OEM wheel and OEM airbag. And we gave the new owner the new D&D steering wheel, or the old D&D steering wheel. It was a fantastic late night Facebook meetup. So it's over. Now time to head home and finish up the 370Z. And oh girl, oh reliable, get me home nice and safe. Sorry for the bad lighting, but we have the new steering wheel with the airbag here. So let's get to installing it. We still have the battery disconnected from the last steering wheel. So let's just start installing. Now we're gonna torque it down to 30 foot-pounds. That was the click. I still have a piece of resistor wire in this one. Let me get some tweezers or pliers or something. Got some needle nose pliers. Literally just pushing it in more and more. This is not looking good here, boys. It went from not that bad to pretty bad. Oh, dang, it's all the way in there now. This is not looking good. So I opened up the back of the airbag connector and I'm pushing it towards the front, and I think it's just gonna pop out. Hopefully that's the goal. Ooh, look at that. Broken wire. That could have been real bad, but we just dodged a bullet. So now these are both empty and clear. Now going back in with the steering wheel. Look at that. Completely stock interior. All together again. Wow. Now we just have these last two screws. One here and one right there. And now we have a completely stock 370Z interior for the first time on this channel. Looks honestly weird, but good. All put back together. The car is now super clean, but it has showcased all of these minor imperfections, little paint chips from just daily driving it without any PPF or front brawl. So I went out and got some touch-up paint. Quick tip, if you're ever getting your car painted, make sure that you ask the painter for some touch-up paint, because more likely than not, they're going to throw out the paint anyway. So they'll be happy to give you a small little vial, so that way you can touch up your car whenever you get a rock chip too. Instead, I forgot to do that and I had to buy some. So let's get to touching up. So I just want to show you guys how easy this touch-up paint is. So you just find some of your rock chips like this one right here. All you go in with some paint, tap, 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 and they're all done. Now, you can see it on camera pretty well, but once I back up, it's no longer an eyesore like it was before. Here's another really small spot here. Tap, 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 done, gone. Super easy and improves the whole look of the car because no longer do you have like these white dots throughout the entire car. Sure, you might see the marks. They're the same color of the hood. The time has finally come. I think we have a buyer coming for the 370Z. One thing we agreed on is for me to keep these beautiful wheels. Probably going to put them on another project or sell them, recoup the money that I spent on these, and then going back on with the stock wheels. But I am going to miss this car. For those of you that are a little surprised with me selling the 370Z, this was always the plan. Honestly, I wanted to have fun with it for the summer, enjoy it, but when winter comes around, we're gonna get snow, cold weather, more rain, and what am I about to do with this car? What am I about to genuinely do with the 370Z, 300 horsepower, rear-wheel drive with no traction? I had so much fun rebuilding it, and I think it's only right to just do a little recap of everything that we've done on the car so far, because it has been quite a journey with old girl. So if you don't remember, we bought a 2015 Nissan 370Z with crash damage from a public auction with a clean title and 58,000 miles. So we ended up getting scammed on a new headlight and a new front bumper for the car because it did not come with the daytime running lights, which we do have now. We got the fender, front bumper, and the wing all paint matched to the car. We got these absolute steal of a deal wheels that I still don't know the brand of. The only marking that it has is this right here, which doesn't tell me the brand, and there's no brand markings on the back. From there, it also had a check engine light for the mass airflow sensor, which we cleaned out. We did new air filters on it. We also completely transformed the interior of the car and then also converted it back to stock, which is kind of funny. And now that brings this car to today. Running and driving great, fully complete, a little dusty and dirty, and now it's just time to sell it. So let's put on the stock wheels and get to work. So I have not been enjoying driving the Z because every time I have to drive it, I immediately have to fill up this tire and then I'm able to go wherever I need to go. So today we're gonna fix that. I already located where the nail is, and if you don't know, you just get some soapy water, you spray down the entire wheel, and then you're finally able to find where it's bubbling up at, like that. So if you never replaced tires before, it's super easy. You can remove the tire off the car, or if you have enough space, you can leave it on, which I think it's way easier, way less work. So we're gonna do that now. So first locate where the leak is and see if it is repairable, which we've already done here, and this spot is repairable. Anywhere on the sidewall here or on the other side is not repairable. Then get a tire repair kit. I'll link the one I use in the description below. It comes with a set of pliers. We're gonna use these pliers to pull out the nail. I think this is a failed plug, honestly. And then from there, we're gonna put this tool, which cleans out the holes, so that way when we do put in the repair, it's nice, clean, easy, smooth repair to go back in. Then we get this piece here and this piece here that goes right in between this groove here. Don't judge me. And now we have the seal ready to pop into place. Super easy. Once you cleaned off the hole, all you do is put this in, hold it in place, give it a yank, and then the plug stays in place. All right, we got to be fairly quick with this. So pull this out, put this one in, give it a push. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hey, there you go. New plug is in. Double check. Make sure it's not leaking anywhere, no bubbles like it was before. And now I can finally just get in and drive this car without having to fill up the tire every day or two. And I heard that you don't have to do this part, but I like to cut off the excess like this. Boom. That way it just looks a little bit better and nothing can really pull it out. But I don't think it's necessary. Double check and we are no longer getting any bubbles. So tire repaired. And the last step now is just to fill it back up with air. And job's finished. Potentially the last and final drive of the 370Z. We have the stock wheels on, stock steering wheel, stock shift knob, pretty much everything back to stock minus the wing, the exhaust, and the intake. And I just can't believe the journey that I was able to be a part of with the Z. And thanks to you guys, because I don't think I would have even bought this car if it wasn't for YouTube. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way I wanted, but I believe we still make profit at the end of it, which is all that matters. I'm taking it for its last test drive. We're gonna hit the gym, and then the potential new owner is planning on picking up in an hour. Gonna fill it up with gas because it's kind of low, and I think it's nice to just have a full tank of gas once you're buying a car. And yeah, we're saying bye to the Z. Can't believe it. Feels like I just got it, but we've had it for a little while now. We bought it back in January. It's now October, so we've owned it for 10 months. The colder weather is coming. We don't want to get stuck with a car. Definitely time to sell, but we're gonna have fun before we do. Woo! Oh, I love this car. I did make the new owner aware of the tires, and that's why we're able to reduce the price for him and for me, because now I have some cool wheels that I might sell, make some money back on, but he has slightly worse tires and wheels to go back onto the Z for a cheaper car. Pro tip, make sure you always check every little storage cubby to make sure that you completely cleared out the car, even up here in the sun visor, so that way you don't leave anything behind when you sell the car. There she goes. All the hard work we put into her is finally leaving. Oh, and he stalled. And you might be wondering, how am I about to get home? Because I just sold my car and I didn't bring any other car. My trusty compact scooter. We got way too many vehicles to be walking home, so we gonna get home one way or another. I'm happy someone got it who's gonna appreciate it. He also said he loved Tokyo Drift, and that's the reason why he wanted it, which is the whole reason why I got the car. So I think it's going full circle, and maybe he'll modify it, maybe he won't, maybe he'll just enjoy it, but it's got a new life now. So let's head home and figure out whether or not, was this even a good deal? There's the car now. As you guys know, there was a little bit of a debate whether to keep it or to sell it. The goal for this car was always to sell it. Yes, I absolutely love this car and I enjoy driving it so much. I am not in a place in my life to own a roughly $15,000 car. Maybe one day, and maybe we can wrap it and do a whole bunch of things for YouTube and stuff like that. But as of this point right now in my life, I cannot keep a $15,000 car. And we're back to do the final price breakdown of the 370Z. Unfortunately, my whiteboard somehow got destroyed in last week's video. So hopefully I remember to edit a white box here for the price breakdown. And we're gonna do this short and simple. So for the 370Z, we were the high bidder of $9,100. And after all the auction fees and taxes, we were left with $10,843 for a 2015 Nissan 370Z with only 50,000 miles. With a little bit of crash damage. And to be completely honest, it gets a little complicated because we were buying extra parts so that way we can sell them afterwards and recoup the money. So for example, we bought 2 sets of headlights when we only needed 1 and sold the old one. And we did that multiple times to keep the cost very low. So after buying a whole bunch of extra parts and then selling them, we were left with a total balance of $10,943. So not bad. We only spent $100 for all the parts to fix up the car. But one of the most expensive parts out of the whole bill, which I still think we got a pretty good price for it, was the paint. And to get the front bumper, the fender, and the wing painted, that was $850, leaving our total to be $11,793 for a clean title 370Z that ran and drive beautifully. So we ended up putting the car for sale for $16,500, and it got so much attention, but for some reason it just didn't sell. I dropped the price down to $16,000. Nobody was interested. I had a few people like message me and said they would come, or crazy trade offers like Facebook loves to do, like a boat or something like that. Ultimately, we were able to sell the car for $15,000, leaving our grand total profit after all that work and being able to enjoy the car for the summer was $3,207. A lot of you guys didn't think I would make money on this one, but I had a plan the whole time to keep the cost low with the parts car, but where I went wrong is honestly bidding with my emotions. I didn't take into account all the extra fees that would come with buying the car, because buying the car for $9,000 sounds like an absolute steal, and it would have been. But after all the fees, we're almost at $11,000 for the car. That's why whenever I go to auctions, I try to keep those auction cars very low, because after the fees that the auction has, you got another $1,000, maybe $2,000, versus a cheap car might only be like $100. As always, I appreciate you guys watching till the end of the video, and head over to Macho Motors to pick up keychains, air fresheners, and t-shirts not like the one I'm wearing. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.